second graders, today what we're going to do is we're going to continue our realistic fiction stories. So all this week we've been thinking about how we can write a good realistic fiction story. Our learning target really focuses in on, can I write a realistic fiction story? So thinking about our success criteria so far this week, we've thought about, can I plan a realistic fiction story? Can I write a lead? Can I organize my writing and write volume? And today we're going to think about, how can you write an ending for your story? So we have a couple of resources that can help you with your writing. So we have our how-to anchor chart. We have our story map. We have some checklists from previous lessons that we can use in our writing each day. And you do also have your writing folders that have lots of charts that can help you. Today what we're going to do is we're going to learn about a different checklist that's really going to focus in on our endings, and we're going to look to see how we can use that in our writing. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to introduce the checklist, and then we're going to see how you can use it in your writing. This is our ending checklist. So when we think about a good ending, we're choosing the action, dialogue, or feeling to make a good ending, and the characters are going to learn a lesson. This is a short little picture that can help remind us of what we want to think about as we're writing. What this could look like in your story is using the words finally, maybe including some feelings like joy or being relaxed. You could include dialogue, things that the characters say to each other. You could include action, maybe the character is doing something on their own, or maybe they're going to go do it with someone else, and the character is going to learn a lesson. So let's look at what an example of a good ending sounds like. Suddenly, Billy saw Banjo hopping through the woods like a deer. Banjo looked so carefree that Billy thought, why should I let a little rain ruin our fun? She stood up from the rock, grabbed her backpack, and ran to catch up with Banjo. Billy learned that things don't have to be perfect to enjoy nature and the company of friends. So looking at that, we can then go ahead back and think about, how can we use this in our own writing? So the first thing that I'm going to do, since this is a new day of writing and I haven't done any writing today, I'm going to reread what I've already written and think, what did I write about and where do I want it to go? So I'm really using this to just jog my memory and get me in a really good spot to start writing today. One rainy day, Will and Annie were playing together in the living room. Wow, this is so cool, said Annie. I can't believe we get to play with these toys, said Will. They were so excited to play with our new toys. Annie reached for the toy in front of Will. Hey, I was playing with that, Will yelled and yanked it out of her hands. Well, it didn't look like you were playing with that, Annie said. Then they glared at each other. Ah, Will yelled. Annie and Will started to really argue when Annie grabbed the toy. Neither were willing to let go and give in. They were getting really mad at each other. Then Annie let go of the toy and took a deep breath. Why are we fighting about this toy, she said. Will breathed out. I don't know, Will said. We can solve this problem, right? Let's calm down first. And now I want to think, how can I end this story so that my characters are learning their lesson and they are going to either do something, an action, or the dialogue. And remember, I already thought through this. So I said on my story map that I want them to learn the lesson. It's always kind to share. And then that they offer each other a snack. So I'm gonna try out finally. I'm gonna write finally. They were ready to talk. What if we take turns? Will said. What if we take turns, Will said. And then Annie could say, I like that idea. And then maybe she could say, do you want to go get a snack together? Do to go get a snack. Annie said. And then Will could say, that sounds awesome. And then I want to really make sure, I'm going to say they learned that it is always kind to share. So let's go back through the checklist and think, do I have all these parts? I used finally, and then I used some dialogue, and they're going to do something, and the character learns a lesson. So thinking through, remember this is our first draft, and we're going to be going back and revising and editing to make our drafts even better. But right now I want you to think, how can you use this ending checklist to help you with your writing, to make it even better, but really think about what makes a good ending. Good luck!